Mm-mm. I don't know why it's playing. Well, happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome into Unrivaled Sports Live. I got Major to my right,
What's up?
and we're back for another week of college football, NFL football, and whatever you guys want to talk about. So, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. I left last week, and we were talking last week and how I had my whole Saturday planned out, and we were going to be getting up at 11. I was going to have a big old fire in the fire pit, and I was going to cook all day, and my games were going to start at 11. I was going to watch football until probably midnight, and instead wound up with some tickets to the Bama game. Drove my kids up, me and the wife, and took a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old to their first college football game,
It's
and
always fun.
it was an experience like none other. I wouldn't say fun never really crossed my mind while we were chasing the 2-year-old down the spirals of Bryant Denny, but yeah, I didn't even I kept up a little bit, didn't even know Auburn had lost until I got back to Gulf Shores, and
We'll talk about that later.
yeah, it's threw my whole day off. So but we had a great time, and I got to watch the Tide roll against New Mexico State, which is fun for kids. I mean, it was a good game to take the kids to.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, definitely did not watch all the games I had planned until later that evening. So
Well, I'll tell you a little funny story. Uh, so I was named after Major Ogilvy. My dad's a huge Alabama fan.
hmm
So I'm named after Major Ogilvy. Uh, my dad messed up and took me to my first football game, to an Auburn football game.
and the
And
rest is history.
that's how I became an Auburn fan. And you want to know what game I was at for my first one?
Was it the Iron Bowl?
It was the Auburn LSU game when the library burnt down.
Wow. What now? You talk about a yeah. I guess I can see why you're
We were standing up in the Raptors up there watching the library burn
man.
during that game, and I was hooked. I was an Auburn fan.
Man, they burn stuff up here.
Hey,
War Eagle.
he's like, yes, sir, buddy. We burn stuff up here. This
Burn
is
them
fun.
books. War Eagle.
So I became an Auburn fan. So now, I got a cousin that played for the '92 championship team. So I got all these Alabama fans in my household, and
yeah.
everybody's Alabama fans in my family, and some of them don't like me around Iron Bowl week. I
Don't
don't
nobody like you around the Iron Bowl.
think. But yeah, so a quick little story about me. Named after Alabama fan, or after an Alabama player, and became a Auburn fan.
Oh, how about that? I was named after my dad, who's from Michigan, so mine's not as cool. I'm pretty sure, and I would have to get my granddad to double check this, but there's no way he really remembers. I don't think. My first game was in 1998, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Alabama, and LSU in Death Valley. Sean Alexander had 5 touchdowns, and I'm close to 300 yards.
Yeah, I'm not even an Alabama fan, and I'm wanting to say that I think it was like 274 yards.
It was
Wasn't
close to 300. It was 270 something.
I think it was two.
So,
I don't.
but yeah, ran
I
wild that
remember
night.
that.
I do too. I don't remember if that was my first. I'm pretty sure either it was that or a game at Legion Field. But I kind of remember being older for my first game at Legion Field. So I'm thinking it was Baton Rouge.
Well, at least you didn't turn out an LSU fan.
No, well, there wasn't no way. I mean, I was already an Alabama fan. I just hadn't actually been to a game. So, but yeah. We were just kind of talking about this week's college football. We've kind of evened out. Like our local high school teams are not in the playoffs. Their season's kind of ended, so we kind of don't have a ton to talk about on the prep side of things. They're getting into the third round of the playoffs, which would be the quarterfinals in 5 and 6A. I guess they're going to wait a week on the semis for 7. I'm not really sure. So yeah, I mean, we're wide open tonight. We can talk anything. I need to get our chat up so we can see if anybody's watching.
Oh, I need to pull up my phone so I
can. Cole was at that game. I know I know he's not talking about the Auburn game. He's talking about the Alabama LSU game. Me and Cole have been to a lot of games that at the same time that not necessarily together. We went up for the Music City Bowl in 2003, and by that time it was 2004. No, it was 2003. I think they played that game in December, and yeah, ran into Cole. We were just like freshmen in high school, and ran into Cole up there at the Music City Bowl in Nashville. So he said his first game was at Legion Field against USF. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure that was my first game was in Baton Rouge. I think, what year was it that Alabama played Mississippi State, Cole, and they in Starkville, and they had the skydivers parachute in, and like one of them missed the stadium, and the other broke his leg on the field, and we ended up getting beat that night. I don't remember. Hey, Jeremiah Knight's watching us on TikTok.
Hey, Jeremiah, what's up?
What's up? Yeah, I mean, I think that was like 90. I was at that game too. I have some horrible. No, it wasn't 2006. It was way before. It was in the 90s. Jackie Sherrill was still there. I was little. Like, I was pretty. I want to say that was 95, maybe 96. But anyways, yeah. So we're wide open tonight. We can talk whatever y'all want to. And Jeremiah said you're awesome, Major.
Jeremiah, you're awesome, brother.
He said you're. I don't know. You can hear him. So
I'm trying to tag some people to get them in here.
No, that was when me and you went to. That was when me and you went to Starkville, Cole. Me and Cole went to Starkville one year, and I had a propane grill.
Yeah.
And we threw it in the back of my pickup truck and took it to Starkville, and I had gutted the gas out of it and just dumped charcoal in it and drilled a couple holes. And anyways, we got done we got done tailgating, and I just went and me and Cole threw it over a fence in the parking lot in Starkville, Mississippi. And then I went. He says I went back to go get it. I don't know did I bring that grill home, Cole? I think I did. I think I did go back to get it, but we didn't have anywhere to put the hot coals, and so I left. I threw that grill over the fence and busted it all up. So only a little bit of Southern Comfort was consumed that day.
Only just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Sorry, I'm trying.
Yeah, you're right, Cole. We did cook on the game after. We did. Dylan said, "Go Irish." Malali, how was your first Fighting Irish game up there in South Bend, Indiana, this couple weeks ago?
Who did you just say, Mulally?
Yeah.
Like Dylan Mulally?
Yeah.
Where's he at?
Watching us on YouTube.
Oh, he's on the YouTube watching.
Yeah.
What's up, Dylan?
Yeah. So, but yeah, he went up to South Bend a couple weeks ago and watched the Irish.
I saw pictures
and
on
I think
his Facebook.
Havard was with him too. Not with him, but Havard was there.
Oh, I was gonna say I wouldn't take Havard with me nowhere.
I wouldn't take him anywhere, but he went.
I mean, if he shows up, he shows up.
Well, he's a half leprechaun, so I mean,
yeah,
he just magically, appears.
He probably could have took over for the mascot that day.
What's up, Rack? Welcome in. Appreciate you joining us tonight.
What's up, Rack?
We're just kind of talking about. We were just kind of talking about past football games. So, Joe, Ethan, I don't calculate stuff that fast. I'm like 2 weeks behind on picks. I'll get that. I'll figure that out tonight. Actually, it'll be tomorrow. I got a little slow day at work tomorrow, and I'll get some stuff done and get caught up. We got to get some gift cards out. I think we got, what is this, week 11?
I don't know. I do have, I still have Joe Garcia's and Matt Petrie's over here that I got to send out.
Well, Joe is in Tennessee right now. He just bought a house in Foley, and so I could run up, throw it in his mailbox. Matt has given. I've got his address.
I've got his address too. I just hadn't sent the damn thing.
Sorry, Matt.
And y'all don't forget, y'all check it out. The board, we have the square board up, $5 square board, $125 a square.
Yeah, if you quarter, $125 a quarter.
I mean,
$5 a square.
$5 a square, $125 a quarter. What did I say? $125 a square.
Yeah, we have this awesome sheet. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get my screen back up here. We have this awesome board done by our manager, Kristen. She takes care of all of our. Well, she takes care of this. We need to give her another job she can take care of. She's our quality.
Yeah.
Our quality production leader.
Yeah.
Like, she lets us know when something don't look right.
Exactly. I mean, any minute now, that door could bust open, and
I mean,
I'll know something's wrong. But yeah, the square board, guys, it's $5 a square, pays out $125 a quarter. And I think we still got probably like what 40.
Jumped off. Yeah, people were buying them up. I'm gonna get me 5 or 6.
Yeah, we've probably still got around 45 squares or so. I mean, it jumped off quick. It was like 35 or 40 went real quick.
Yeah, so if you want to get on that, I mean, it's a great. We can fill it up. If we can fill it up, we'll do another one. And but just go to our Facebook, Unrivaled Sports. That's what you're watching on. I mean, and just look for the post. Comment what numbers you want. There should be an updated one on the post, and if not, we'll get that updated.
Yeah, I think somebody took some earlier, and I've been busy at the shop.
I think 2 people. I think we lost about 11 more spots off the board.
Okay, so there is. So it probably does need to be updated. So if you go in there, and if you look over the last like 3 or 4 comments, just make sure that those numbers are still available until we get done with the show tonight, and I'll update it.
Yeah, but that'll be good. And we'll try to like update it for the Iron Bowl. Like during that, we'll kind of, who knows what we'll do. Do you work Iron Bowl?
I'm waiting to see what it is. If it's a 2:30 game,
it's 2:30.
See, I looked yesterday and they hadn't announced it yet.
Oh yeah,
so
it's been announced.
Well, I looked yesterday and they hadn't announced it.
Oh, it's been announced. It's been announced for almost a week.
You a lie.
Come on, somebody back me up on this.
So if it's at 2:30, me and Jeremiah are going to swap a day out at work.
Did you hear that, Jeremiah? Saturday you were swapping a day out because the game is at 2:30.
All right, so Joey says it's at 2:30, but Jeremiah, I guess we're going to have to swap a day to work. So, no, I looked yesterday.
You didn't look yesterday.
Yeah. No, I pulled it up.
2 days ago, Iron Bowl receives traditional time slot.
Well, ESPN didn't update their app because I pulled it up on ESPN.
Well, it's got CBS. It's a CBS. ESPN don't want you to know.
Yeah, well, that's probably why.
They want you to be like, oh, Alabama.
I pulled it up on ESPN. It said to be determined. So.
No, Alabama and Auburn's playing, but we're not telling you.
All right, so Jeremiah Knight, if you're still watching on TikTok, Jeremiah, we got to swap a day.
2:30 CBS.
All right.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm going to be swapping a day. I'll work for Jeremiah one day and let him work for me that day.
Yeah. So, I mean, that game's gotten a little interesting.
How interesting could it have been? Let's go ahead and just,
I'm ready.
Let me just go ahead and get into this.
I've literally been dying for you to get into this.
Let me tell you something. I was so damn mad Saturday.
Hold on, I got to turn you down a little bit. You're going to blow my ear. See, when you get frustrated, when you get hot, you want to talk into the mic. But half the other time, you don't want to talk into the mic.
I have been fuming for a week because I have yet to figure out how you have a 25-point lead. Look, I get it. Georgia teams are used to doing that kind of stuff, okay?
I mean, just ask Matt Ryan. He'll tell you how to do it. He gave you the playbook.
I know. We're close to Georgia, but we're not that close.
Well, let's be real. Mississippi State, who's that quarterback? Will Rogers?
Will Rogers.
He's no Tom Brady.
No, he's not Tom Brady.
So it's completely just different.
Here's what gets me. Okay, you're up 28-3. So all of a sudden your defensive coordinator gets lackadaisical. He doesn't want to give up big plays. He goes from rushing the quarterback, playing good defense, to rushing 3, dropping 8. And what does this offense that Leach runs do? It's 5 yards, 7 yards, 5 yards, 7 yards, and then bust you for 30. 5 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, 7 yards, bust you for 30.
Yep.
Okay?
And by the time he gets to that 30-yard play, he's already moved the ball on you 15, 20 yards.
Exactly. So why you go all of a sudden to rushing 3 guys and letting a guy sit back there and pick you apart is beyond me. I have no idea, but Derek Mason and the defensive calling for that last, let's see, 2.5 quarters, that got Auburn. That got Auburn Saturday, and that just absolutely infuriated me to watch that, because that first quarter and a half, those guys played lights out on defense. They looked good.
They did. They were. I mean, I was watching the scoreboard in the stadium. I was like, well, here it goes, 14-3. I was like, Auburn's going to run away with it. I need Auburn to lose. We need Alabama needs Auburn to lose.
And it should have happened. And then
it was 21.
We got kind of lackadaisical on the offensive side of the ball.
Yep.
Which we really shouldn't have. We were running the ball down the throat, and then all of a sudden we wanted to try. I don't know if we were trying to make a hero out of Bo Nix again or make him look good or what. But we got away from the run. They stopped it a couple of times, and it's like, oh, we can't run the ball. Yes, we can.
Yeah.
We were doing it. I mean, you just can't stop it. And then the nail on the coffin, I know we've talked about this before, and it's not just the Auburn game. These targeting calls that are having effects on football games.
See, nobody want to talk. See, that was the show I was by myself. See, I've already went off on the targeting twice on the show this year.
If I could find the
guy. But now it's affected you. See, now you want to jump in on it.
Oh, no. Because if I could find the guy that was in that booth and hit that buzzer to call down and stop the game and wanted that looked at, reviewed that play, and still called it targeting, if I could find him, I'd beat his ass. And I'm sorry, TikTok and Facebook and everybody for cussing, but...
Have you watched half the videos on TikTok?
Yeah, I have. But
ass is everywhere on TikTok.
I know, but I just... If I could find him, I would whoop his ass, because that put that game out of reach for Auburn.
Yep.
That was, we knocked them completely out of field goal range.
And then you put them 15 yards back in.
And then you give them a first down, and then they score a touchdown. That ball game's out of reach. I mean, they were going to have to punt the ball.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And all of a sudden, it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So Auburn lost. And their season is over with. The Iron Bowl.
Their season is not over with.
It is.
All it takes, Major, is
it's over with.
Is the same miracle that y'all get every testing. I just blew my eardrum out. Testing. I don't know. Testing. Okay. It's the same. This is really loud all of a sudden. I didn't mess with anything that was. Anyways, I think it was just my headphones. I've probably been loud all night.
You probably have been. Everybody out there and.
Sorry, guys. I did not mean to blow anybody's eardrums out. But yeah, I mean, we've seen this before. Every year, here it comes. I've been saying for weeks, oh, I'm terrified of the Iron Bowl. I'm terrified of the Iron Bowl. We're gonna lose. It's in that Indian burial ground. We're gonna lose. And then guess what happens? The reason the Bo Nix breaks his ankle. Now, T.J. Finley gets to come in.
T.J. Finley time, baby.
He's gonna have the game of his life against us.
Well, the reason when I say over with, what I mean by over with is all Auburn does is win that ball game. Ole Miss takes care of business against Texas A&M. And then Auburn beats Alabama, and they're West champions.
Yeah, but now here. This is hold on.
There's no chance.
Not for Auburn.
Yeah.
Guess who's now stepped into the spotlight?
Is Mississippi State got a tiebreaker now?
Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a 2-loss team.
Yes, that's right. No, not Mississippi State. Ole Miss.
Why so now, not only, and this is just either the headphones are acting up or talk for me.
Talking.
It's my. Can somebody let me know how I sound? because this is just in my ears. I keep losing sound on me, and then boom. So now
Where's our quality control, Kristen?
Here's our scenario. Alabama gets Arkansas at home, who's already beaten A&M. Probably going to go. I mean, I would take Bama. I mean, they're a 28-point favorite. I'm not taking them to cover. But, okay, Arkansas beats Alabama. Boom. Well, then you got the Iron Bowl, and Alabama loses to Auburn. Ole Miss sitting there. They're going to the SEC championship to play Georgia. The only reason that an Auburn win, Alabama has to lose 2 now. Like if Alabama wins Saturday, we're the West.
Yeah.
But if we lose and we lose again, thanks, Brent. Appreciate that.
What Brent's like. Tell him, Brent.
But you're looking at we hold the tiebreaker over Ole Miss, so that's kind of where. But I was kind of surprised. I was looking today. I was like, oh yeah, Alabama's going to wrap this up. But I mean, it's 2 SEC games.
Yeah, I mean they got 2 SEC games left, but man, I wanted this Iron Bowl to mean something.
Oh, it's
like between the two of us is what I'm saying. Like,
I'm terrified.
I mean, I wanted whoever wins this to be West champion. Like I wanted this to be the
and normally it's come down to that a lot over the last decade.
And then Mason and his stupid ass couldn't hold on to a ball game.
All right, so is Derek Mason out after this year?
No, I don't think he's out. I just don't understand. Like he's such a good coordinator. I don't know why. I don't know why he did what he did. I don't know why he went to that scheme and only rushing 3 and dropping 8. Even on a lot of times when we were rushing 4, we wasn't getting to the quarterback. We had to bring a 5th guy. And then all of a sudden we're rushing 3. We're damn sure not getting to the quarterback with 3. But,
Brent, can you still hear me?
That's the reason I'm sitting here in my 3rd bedroom doing a show, and he's making $4 million a year or whatever.
Well, I mean, we're sitting there, but
I'm just armchairing it.
Yeah, I wish I had something that made us look better than that, but I don't.
Hey, it is what it is. One day we're going to be live on TV, and he's going to have to hear all this.
Maybe. Ooh, that's horrible.
He's going to have to hear all this, and he's going to have to hear me cussing him out.
Okay. All right, we'll go with that. Yeah. Sorry for that sound check right there in the middle.
Yeah. Sound check 1, 2.
I mean, I don't know why I don't just take these things off. Yeah, I mean, falling apart here. Yeah, one day we're going to be on TV and y'all can watch us.
Jeremy, I tagged you to get you on here to watch our show.
Come on. It's called Support. It's called a support group. Oh yeah, sound fine. I mean, not fine, but you know what I mean. So yeah, what's everybody's takeaway from this past week, football wise? Let's bring some. Lewis says Auburn's going to win.
Auburn's going to win what? The Iron Bowl?
I guess.
I don't think so. Not if they play defense like they did this past weekend.
Jeremy says I'm out on sports.
You're out on sports? What you mean you out on sports? You can't be out on sports. That's all we know is sports, Jeremy. Let's see. There was the Ohio State game, I think, was one of the bigger surprises to me this weekend, or this past weekend. Waiting to see if anybody else comments. Jeremy Bridges says his takeaway is that Auburn sucks. Yeah, well, I just, I want you Alabama fans that say that to remember before you had Saban.
I mean, what do you mean? Why do y'all always bring that up?
When you get a new coach, you got to give it a couple of years, right?
But I'm not the one that's giving it a couple of years.
I'm not saying you. I'm talking about, people like Jeremy. Auburn sucks. And
was Jeremy an Auburn fan?
I always hear these people like all year this year already. What y'all going to do with Harsin? How you liking Harsin now?
Well, we're just curious.
I mean, it's his first year. Shut the front door.
But he sucks.
He doesn't suck.
He's from Boise State.
How do you know he sucks?
Because he's from Boise State.
Okay, so next year he comes back, he runs the table, goes undefeated, and beats the brakes off Alabama. What are you going to say?
That's actually physically impossible next year.
Okay.
We're going to be loaded next year.
See, here we go. So if he does, then all this little is all going to just come to a complete halt. I mean, I want to see what the guy's got, but I mean, everybody goes through coaching changes.
No, I agree. I agree to that.
And the most of it is it's from Alabama fans.
Yeah,
we're like blah blah. What about? But before Saban, there was times when y'all had new coaches and y'all were, 5-7, 7-5.
War Eagle, War Eagle. Don't even talk about it.
There was times y'all had losing seasons with new coaches, and then Saban come along, and he was the saving grace of Alabama.
Technically, we never had a new coach. we had 2 get fired.
Well, I mean, y'all can't keep your guys out of strip clubs. Number one,
Mike does what he does. I don't know. All I know is I'm like, man, why we hire this old guy, Mike Price? Why we hire this guy? And there's like, Mike Price fired using company money or university money at Sammy's. I was like, God, you didn't even go to a good strip club.
You didn't even go to the good ones.
You didn't go to the good ones.
But no, look. I think Harsin will be fine.
Honestly, that's what scares me about the Auburn game is, and I brought this up just a minute ago, is now T.J. Finley is going to be in the game, and I think he's probably the guy. I'm not saying Bo's not a good quarterback.
No, I mean, well.
But T.J. Finley scares me. I think T.J. Finley is the guy that was supposed to be in there. He should have beat Bo out. They should have played him more. And now he's going to get a start this weekend in Columbia. And by the time the Iron Bowl rolls around with that atmosphere,
well, a lot of people.
Auburn's defense is perfectly capable of stopping Alabama.
Yeah, I mean Auburn's defense does play pretty well, and they have a chance of stopping Alabama. And I'm gonna tell
Saban didn't lose that game, Brent. The players quit.
There's gonna be a lot of people on the other side of this camera right now that's gonna laugh, but Bo Nix. I'm just telling you, Bo Nix. In my eyes, is the 3rd best quarterback in the SEC.
Well, I mean,
Matt Corral
over Will Rogers. Just lit y'all up.
No. Let's not go by his
over Stetson Bennett.
Okay, let's not go by his record and what he's doing.
Okay, I'll give you 4th best quarterback.
No, let's just look at what he does when he has time to throw the ball.
I mean, when he has time to throw the ball.
Yes.
He puts a lot of that on himself at the same time.
So what I'm saying is as far as play-wise, he could be the 3rd best quarterback in the league behind Corral and Bryce. And that's only when he has time. Now, I mean, what could Bo do? What could Bo do if you put him behind, I don't know, a better offensive line in the SEC? I think he's that good of a quarterback. I mean, I think he is. He looks really good. When he has time, he throws some of the prettiest balls.
No, I think he's a good. I do think he's a good quarterback. A lot of that, but that you can't just say, oh, you put him behind, you give him time. Well, I mean, that's kind of part of the game.
Yeah, no, I know, but
I mean, that offensive line. I mean, you put him behind 8 other SEC offensive lines, and he's the same Bo.
Okay, give me.
You put him behind.
Give me Georgia's line at Auburn.
Okay.
And I bet he's probably 2nd in passing in the SEC.
Okay. Put. What's the guy's name from KJ Jefferson behind Georgia's offensive line?
He's probably,
and he's not, but he's just. I mean, then Bo isn't the 4th. Like
he's probably 5th.
But I'm just saying. But you put him behind that. I mean, you put that quarterback. That's what I'm saying is that you can't just pick that line. Like, oh, you give him. No, you put Bo Nix behind the New England's offensive line. Yeah, he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC.
Behind the New England Patriots. But what I'm saying is,
and that's what I'm saying. Like
Bo Nix
quarterback is still a position that doesn't just get to be picked. Like that's all hypothetical.
No, but I'm saying, I'm just telling you, he's still better than most quarterbacks in the SEC. Quarterback, all around quarterback wise, as a
From a skill
quarterback,
set, yeah.
as a skill set,
From a skill set.
he is the third best quarterback in the SEC. Now, as far as anything else, he's probably next to last in the SEC. But skill set wise and what he can do, what he's capable of doing, is third best in the SEC. I think. Dude, the kid is good. I don't think he's as good as the kid for. I don't think he's good as Corral. I don't think he's good as the guy from Alabama.
You say his name with respect, Bryce Young.
Whatever his name, Bryce. That guy from Alabama.
He wouldn't even, I mean, Bo Nix would be on our practice squad.
Yeah, maybe.
I really don't know that.
Backup. He'd be your backup. Bryce Young is for real. I mean, he'd be Bryce Young's backup, no doubt. But he's still good.
He would be the backup to our backup's backup.
No, he wouldn't. No, he's better than that. Don't get me started. Anyway, we done talked enough about Auburn football. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm gonna get mad.
Well, there ain't much to talk about Alabama except we got Arkansas this weekend, and that's a very losable game. It's a very winnable game if that right team with the right mindset shows up. But one thing you got to look at, and it's cliche, especially when it comes to college football, is how these lines line up, and this game is going to be won between the trenches. If Alabama does not block and give Bryce time, and I think they got, and I know it's New Mexico State, and so you don't really know what you're doing, but I think that's a good game to kind of get your head back on straight, go through your assignments, do what you got to do, and then you roll into Arkansas. I think the guys kind of got a few things figured out a little bit, and that could really benefit us this week. But we got to run the ball, and I'm still saying it. I mean, we need to run the ball. I think Brian Robinson's fine. I think, I know that some people think he's running scared. I don't know how you run scared. Just run the ball. That's your job. You play at Alabama, hit somebody.
I mean, that's the reason you come to Alabama, is to play hard nose, hit somebody football.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, the Arkansas game's looking, Alabama's 28-point favorite. I don't think they'll cover. They could. But we'll see. A lot of things have got to. I mean, we lost a couple. We're very thin at running back now. We lost our second string running back, and then we had already lost a third string running back earlier in the year. So now we're down to. Now we're down to maybe a defensive back that is now moved
to running back.
Yeah, so we have Brian Robinson, Trey Sanders, and then we got this guy that's moved over, and it's going to help.
Trey Sanders supposed to be pretty good though.
Yeah, he is. I don't know what's happened to him. I mean, his freshman year he got hurt. Second year, I think he got hurt again, or he got in that car wreck, and that hurt his leg, so he couldn't play last year. He gets in. He just had kind of a tough go at things. So,
well, I was looking for Alabama to get back on the ball this week. Did they run the ball pretty good this past week?
I mean, they ran it a little bit. I mean, they didn't just run it down their throats. I mean, Bill O'Brien likes to do that drop back, screen, throwing the ball to the outsides. And but Brian, I think he was just short of 100 yards rushing. Had a couple touchdowns. They did run it around at the goal line, so that was few and far between. But yeah, I do like Trey Sanders a lot. Will I need him to get some playing time because he hasn't had the opportunities to get in there and contribute to the offense. And then people look back and they're like, oh, Trey Sanders isn't as good as advertised. Well, he's not getting the opportunity. So the loss on Saturday hurt us to our second string running back. I can't think of his name right now, but Trey's going to get the opportunity this week, and I hope he's able to perform and get things going. So
I might have to play him on my fantasy this week, my DraftKings.
I mean,
he might be a guy that could go for 70 and a couple of touchdowns or something.
He could.
Cheap.
I mean, that's what Bama likes to do. They like to change these running backs out every 2 or 3 series. They'll give Brian a break. So, yeah, I mean, but that's it going forward through this week. Give me a rundown. Who's Cincinnati got Friday night?
Cincinnati's got SMU. So I was just before
they're playing SMU.
Yeah, before we talk about that, I just wanted to ask you what's your thoughts real quick on Florida having to score 70 to beat Samford.
Yeah, they kept updating that game in the stadium, and I mean, it was just like I was like, Samford is kicking their rear end. And then when we got in the car and we started heading back down towards the beach, Florida eventually came back and scored. But yeah, I mean that's just embarrassing. I don't know if the team is either quit or they're just bad. I don't know. It's like they got up for Alabama and they haven't gotten up since.
Well, you had that game and then what you call it, Texas.
And I was gonna bring that up too. I mean the wheels have come off
at Texas. That's what I was gonna say. I'm trying to figure out who was it they were playing.
It wasn't. Was it Baylor?
Nope.
No, it wasn't Baylor.
It was a team that Kansas.
They were
that's
right.
30.5 point favorite to Kansas and lost 57 to 56 in overtime.
Yeah, Texas. The wheels are coming off over in not Norman but Austin and
Sarkland.
Well, and that's the thing. And I think we talked about this last week about guys being about being coordinators and coaches.
Yep.
I honestly don't think the players like Sark's system, and that's fine. You finish out the year, play how you want. You ain't playing next year. Yep. Sark's going to get his guys in there. He's going to get his system in place. That's why Texas. Those players, they think they're bigger than the sport.
Yeah.
That's the university itself. But I will tell you this, Texas football administration, Alabama would be prepared to pay that man $2 million a year to come sit in our booth.
To come back.
Oh, in a heartbeat. you come back and you might even get that coach of waiting title. But I guarantee you they would pay him good money to come back and be like, hey, all you got to do is put up 48 plus points a game.
Yeah.
And look at you already know he can recruit. You've already seen what he's done at Alabama.
Yeah, and I mean,
why don't you just come back and just win national championships? Because that's what would happen.
He's scoring points.
They're scoring a ton of points, but they're just not the defense.
Yeah, they're not prepared on defense, not playing well on defense. But here these guys are trying to get in. They want into the SEC and they're losing to Kansas.
Well,
we don't do that in the SEC.
Guess what? We got a Kansas too. We got Vandy. Y'all might. I'm just saying we got a Kansas.
Who at Vanderbilt?
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, but I don't think any of us would lose to Vanderbilt.
No, I'm saying Texas. Like, hey, you want to come to the SEC?
Oh,
we still got scary teams over here. We got Vandy.
We got Vanderbilt. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I couldn't believe that score. Those two scores.
Yeah, and that's
Florida
just
and Texas. That's just
Dan Mullen's done.
The quarterback whisperer.
And here's the thing and Dan Mullen's done at Florida. You've got the opening at LSU. Miami's gonna. Did they already let Diaz go or?
I haven't seen.
He's out from just things I've read. They're letting him go. So you've got USC, LSU, Miami, and Florida. I mean, those are 4 good jobs.
Yeah.
And this is and the thing is that you've got 4 programs that think way too highly of themselves.
Yeah.
USC thinks they are just the kings of college football, and I mean they're nowhere close. LSU thinks they're supposed to be on the same level with Bama. You never have been, so you don't get you've won a couple national championships here and there, and one of them was our coach. Florida thinks they should reign the East, and Miami's Miami. They think they should, they're all kind of ahead of themselves here.
They think they're back. They still ain't back.
No, I don't think Miami's coming back. I don't think they know where back is anymore.
I don't think so.
But and I spend a lot of time reading these like board posts, and I love like the meltdowns. If you ever get a chance to like read Saturday Down South does meltdown time, and
I hadn't seen that.
buddy, yeah, I'm gonna pull that up. We're gonna read a few of them.
I heard LSU is hot on the trails of how you say his name, Matt? Is it Breda?
Is that No, I heard. I've heard Mel Tucker.
Mel Tucker was one, and this.
But I've heard that Lincoln Riley is like.
Yeah, but
they are hot on that right now.
Well, there was some talk about that, but there was somebody I saw earlier today on one of the sports posts that said that some of the boosters are not on that. Maybe some people around campus have talked about that, but the boosters don't like the Riley situation. They'd rather him stay at Oklahoma. So, but you never know how much of that is true. But what? See, now I'm gonna have to.
But
see,
he guy. But that's the thing about Riley is like you haven't really done anything at Oklahoma. You have 0 national championships. You play in a league that is soft with no defense, and you want to bring that to Baton Rouge. Lewis wants to know what we think about Ole Miss having 2 decommits this week, I guess. He said they're not bad this year, but losing 2 big linemen. Yeah, I mean, I think so. Cole, I saw that. I saw the Kiffin of Miami with Shapiro. Yeah, he's ready. That's what I was gonna bring that up. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen what 2 guys. I mean, if it's 2 linemen, I mean that is something. Let's say a lineman and a wide receiver. Is it a defensive lineman? No. To LSU?
I think.
Is he still the coach at Tennessee?
I swear, that was the name. Like I thought somebody said Breda. Is there a Breda guy that was there a couple of years ago when they won the national championship?
Yes. Yeah.
What's his name? That's the guy that they're talking about.
They don't want him.
It's not
Mike Breda. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it's going to affect Ole Miss. I mean, it's obviously you're losing 2 good commitments. I mean, the defensive line is something that would really benefit them. They did play a lot better this past week on defense at Texas A&M. So, but yeah, I saw the Kiffin to Miami. I don't think Kiffin wants to leave. Kiffin in Miami would be like, that would be a show. I mean, I'm telling you, I would watch it every Saturday, but that would be a show. I just don't think he wants to leave Oxford. I think he's pretty happy there. I think he's really passionate about, but it's also Kiffin, so it's like, how much loyalty does the guy have? Breda. Try.
Is it Mike Breda?
Try Matt Breda. Matt. M-A-T-T. B-R-E-I-D-A. Breda. Anyways. B-R-E-I.
Well, that's what I typed in. It came up with a running back for.
That's who I was thinking of. Domani Jackson decommitting from USC. Bryce is definitely doing some recruiting on the West Coast guys. I think that's a huge. If he comes to Alabama, I mean, we say this every year, but the guy's got to develop, and I just don't see. I don't see our defense developing very well with our current defensive coordinator. Scott Woodward?
Mm-hmm.
Is that who you're talking about?
No.
Who's the guy who was their offensive coordinator that's now the coach at? That's Joe something.
I'm just looking.
So he played at high school with Bryce.
I'm just trying to look up. Is it Dave Aranda?
Dave Aranda. Jeez, that is not a good hire.
How am I getting Mike Vrabel and?
I don't know. When you showed Mike Vrabel. I was like, there's no way Mike Vrabel's leaving Tennessee to go to LSU.
All right, so yes,
Dave Aranda.
Dave Aranda.
Dave Aranda.
He was the guy that was there when they won the national championship.
Les Miles' national championship, right? No, he was the defensive guy.
What did we just say his name was?
Dave Aranda.
Keep talking. I just was looking it up. Okay, all right. I know who this guy is. Okay.
He's defensive coordinator. He's the defensive coordinator at LSU.
He's the head coach at Baylor right
now. Yeah. See, isn't that funny? Isn't it funny how coaching searches work? Is that before Saturday, everybody's like, "Oh, LSU, Lincoln Riley, the Jet went to Norman, Lincoln Riley, Dave Aranda beats Lincoln Riley on Saturday."
Yeah.
Dave Aranda, hey, that's a good hire. I say let's do that. Like, it's funny how this stuff works. So,
sorry, I just had to bring up a couple of things. I just wanted to bring that up about the coaching, but because we don't have a lot to talk about tonight. I mean, it's kind of a down week.
I'll tell you one thing we can't. Well, we'll talk about that later. Tell me, let's go over one more game.
All
right. Georgia, Tennessee. Because I made some bold – Cole, you made some bold predictions last week on this show. And I kind of did. But, I mean, give credit where credit is due. I mean, they scored 14 on them.
Hey, Tennessee come out real quick. And I thought, oh, we are going to have a ball game here. And then that Georgia defense said, negatory there, Ghost Rider.
I'm not – and I'm all over the board with this Alabama team, 100%. Auburn scares me more than Georgia does. And I know you're looking at me like I'm crazy. That playing Auburn at home, or playing Auburn on the road, what am I on?
Nothing. I was just seeing if you had something up under there that you were getting high or drunk on.
No.
For you to be scared of Auburn right now.
I'm terrified. Well, who wouldn't be? All it takes is 1 second, Major. I've seen this show over and over again. Don't act like. I mean, I hate Auburn. I hate them.
It takes 1 second, but we won't need one. We'll need another 3 quarters and y'all's 4th string to be in there.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I mean,
I hope I'm
wrong.
All
I know is that Georgia. It's possible. No, I'm not saying. I'm not. There's no way that Georgia holds Alabama to 14 points.
No, probably 27, 30.
So if I think right now, if Alabama and Georgia played this weekend, neutral site in Atlanta, Georgia's a 3-point favorite.
If they played this weekend, I had to guess the score, I would say 31-27 Georgia.
So you'd take Georgia to cover the 3?
Probably. I mean, I'd say 31-27. Yeah. Maybe 30-27. I don't know. Georgia's defense is really good.
Yeah. I don't know where I'd go with that. But I like Alabama. I would like to see Alabama play Georgia.
And I think it's going to be a good ball game. I guess the biggest thing is I'm really waiting to see Georgia play, I guess, a better defense.
Yeah.
Like Auburn's defense didn't necessarily play very well against them. And Tennessee's defense isn't great. So they haven't had a really contested defense yet.
No, not yet. And I'm not saying Alabama has played some really bad defense this year. But if they start getting some things in line, and we'll see Saturday just how. Yeah, and where they're at.
Saban and that group always gets guys to play defense in the bigger ball games. He always gets them going for bigger ball games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I completely hope I'm wrong about the Alabama-Auburn game. I hope, you're scared, and I'm like, you don't have anything to worry about, and I'm hoping by like 7:30, I look out here and look north, and I see a ball of fire coming from about County Road 4 up in Gulf Shores.
I'll actually be over here on Wedgwood.
Oh, you gonna be on Wedgwood?
Yeah,
okay,
I bet my father-in-law.
I'll be over. I'll look for the fireball over here. If I see a fireball,
there won't be no fire. It'll be a funny story. Speaking of fireball, the year that I guess Mac threw those 2 interceptions in the Iron Bowl, I think it was that game because Auburn won. It wasn't a kick 6 because I was in Birmingham for that. But 2 years ago, 2019, it was like right after Thanksgiving, and we were at my father-in-law's watching the game, and I'm talking about game's over. We're sitting out by the fire, just kind of, that sucked. Like, just, God, I hate losing. And then all of a sudden, I'm talking about a massive explosion, big explosion. We see it, not a fireball, but we see the big flash and the loud bang. And I'm like, what? So we go look, and this guy's propane tank exploded in his backyard. And scared the crap out of me. But it was like 2 streets over, like a couple blocks. And so you said fireball over there. That made me think about the propane tank explosion.
I could imagine that would suck.
It scared the crap out of me. All right, so looking at this week, you want to talk some NFL?
No, I clicked on the NFL, but I meant to click on NCAA football so we could talk about some of the games this week because it's really weak schedule. There's like maybe 3 good games on this week.
This is cupcake week for most everybody. Alabama played theirs a week in advance. Look at that 11 o'clock slate. We've got Ohio State and Michigan State. Let's be real. Ohio State's going to win that game by 2 touchdowns.
That's going to be the biggest game of the day.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Man, I don't know.
Just a bunch of bad games.
Could Michigan State?
No.
You don't think there's
not a chance
any way that Michigan State sneaks in there and takes one from Ohio State?
Not a chance. I bet anybody in the comment section $150 right now. Nobody's gonna take that. If they do, I'm just kidding. I ain't got $150 to bet on sport. I don't think I'm just unimpressed with Michigan State. I think Oklahoma could lose this week.
Oklahoma.
Go ahead and get rid of them.
It's a red light, so we can put.
Hey, but I'll tell you who's got a really tough game and who it might affect them to be bowl eligible. We talked about it earlier. Texas, West Virginia.
Yeah.
That's a tough game in Morgantown.
Let's see, Purdue, Northwestern, Penn State, Rutgers. There ain't nothing down through there. God, man,
I like that. Hey, Illinois, Iowa. I'd hit the red button on that one. Brett Bielema tested positive for COVID, so he won't be coaching.
There?
No.
Right.
Cincinnati, SMU. That might be the game of the day.
That could be a good one. I got Cincinnati on the red light right here. A red light, but
they need one. Next season we'll have a red light.
And I'll tell you somebody else. If Dylan Mullally's still watching, who they not slip up this week. Georgia Tech has been putting up some points and surprising some people, coming up real close to beating some really good teams this year. Red light, Dylan Mullally. You better get your boys ready up in Notre Dame country because Georgia Tech's look pretty good. Don't let them slip up on you and end up throwing you out of the mix up there, man, because those boys have been playing pretty good so far. So that game might be interesting to watch at 1:30, just to see how it goes. Then you got Alabama and Arkansas. That's going to be a pretty good game.
We'll see. It could get ugly, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty good game.
Well, it may be a pretty good game for about a quarter and a half. Wisconsin, Nebraska, Pitt, Virginia. Man, there's just.
Hey, how about UAB and UTSA?
UTSA.
I'm gonna have that game on.
You gonna watch
Mm-hmm.
Texas San Antonio?
Yeah, I like UAB to slip in there and upset them so we can quit talking about them.
Get that upset and get UTSA out of there.
UAB is not a bad football team.
No, UAB is not.
This is a big conference game for them, and so hopefully they can get things going and handle business.
Let's see. North Carolina State, Syracuse. Nah. Florida, Missouri. That ought to be a barn burner there.
Hey, I'll tell you. And we do overlook this week a lot. But there's a lot of good games with some of these other teams. Where's that game I was just looking at? Scroll up. Appalachian State and Troy.
Appalachian State and Troy.
That's going to be a good football game. UAB, UTSA, Virginia Pitt. I think we already talked about that. Louisiana at Liberty. Probably a pretty good matchup. I mean, if you want to watch a good football game, no, they don't have all the high power. The Power 5 look, but I mean that's going to be a good football game.
We're not talking. When we say it's a down week, we mean it's not like. I guess it's not.
You ain't got top 10
Alabama
playing
versus
top 10.
LSU and Arkansas versus Ole Miss and Auburn versus Georgia. You not got to. There's still some good games out there.
Yeah, you got.
It's just we don't have any big games like top 10 matchups. There's only a couple of those. Baylor, Kansas State. Can Baylor get back up again after beating Oklahoma last week against a pretty good Kansas State team? I mean, watch out there. That could be a red light one. Auburn and South Carolina. Auburn better win that one by 60.
Oh, man. If I could, man, I would hop in the car and drive my butt up to Columbia and watch that game just so I could watch that game. That's a fun atmosphere. I like Williams-Brice Stadium, and I love South Carolina.
The nightcap game is going to be a good one. And Utah, number 23, Utah is favored, I think, 3.5 points over the number 3 Oregon Ducks right now.
Yeah. And
that could be a good game to watch.
Yeah, you know how hard it's going to be to stay up for watch that game after you got a full belly of leftover turkey?
Yes. It's going to be...
Everybody wants to talk. Oh no, that's this weekend.
Wait,
man, I'm so hungry.
I'm telling you. You're getting ahead of yourself.
I'm so
it
hungry.
Ain't Turkey Day yet.
Ooh.
And then
Come on, Thanksgiving, baby.
Hey, I tell you what. Oklahoma State and Texas Tech. Texas Tech lost their coach, and that coach came in and named another kid the starter this past week. Who did they play?
Give me a score on that.
They played somebody that I picked, and I didn't think that there was a chance they were going to win that ball game, and they did. They beat Iowa State 41-38 on a 62-yard into the game field goal. That kid, the one they named as a quarterback, played lights out, and it looks like he's going to be starting again this week.
Yeah, I hope he gets to start this week. And
so watch out, Oklahoma State. I mean, at Texas Tech may come out there ready to play.
Hey, this is November football.
November football.
I love November football.
Man, I hate it's a slow week.
But there's still going to be there's enough football to have a couple TVs going.
Oh yeah, definitely. If I could just get my Fubo to quit acting crazy
What's
here
wrong
at the house.
with Fubo?
Man, my Fubo ain't been acting right. It keeps hanging up and stuff. It's slow. It'll hang up for 10 seconds, come back on, play for 30 seconds. I mean, it's just.
What are you watching it on?
The TV.
Is it Roku?
No, it's a smart TV. It's just a Vizio smart TV.
Huh.
So
I have no issues with my Roku or with my Fubo at all, zero.
I just, I didn't know. This first time using it, so maybe I need to contact somebody and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna cancel if you don't fix."
Yeah, but I don't think it's on Fubo. Sounds like it's a.
No, everything else we watch is fine. We have our SmartCast and we have all our other things, HBO Max, Pluto. We have all kinds of stuff. Hulu, Netflix.
That's odd.
We play everything on them. They fine.
Yeah.
All right. right, so Joey's getting hungry, so we'll do you want to do a quick NFL rundown?
Yeah, let's talk. I got a little point to make about the NFL.
All right, so we got New England Mac Jones playing at Atlanta tomorrow night.
Yeah, the guy nobody wanted.
Yeah, the guy nobody wanted, who's doing pretty good right now.
Spanked Cleveland.
Spanked them. And I mean,
Excuse me.
put it on old Baker Mayfield and the Browns the other night.
Well, he didn't have Odell to throw to. So.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Dang it. Odell left him, and he didn't have a good receiver.
Odell Beckham's garbage.
Oh, my God. I love seeing all the memes right now.
Yeah.
Hey, my dad wants to talk to you. Hey, you got a Twitter account. My dad needs to tweet you and stuff like that. I just think it's amazing. He sucks. Just telling y'all. I tried to tell y'all that.
Cooper Kupp don't suck.
No, Cooper Kupp don't suck.
He is awesome.
That kid,
man, he's good.
I wonder how many receiving yards he's going to end up with this year. Then you got Indianapolis at Buffalo. Man, Buffalo kind of had a little bounce back last week. Looked pretty decent.
They played Indianapolis. Or who did they play last week?
Last week they played the Jets.
They played the Jets.
But they had a bounce back.
Oh, we had a bounce back. You're Buffalo Jets.
Hey, did your Rams get their
they
absolute tails beat off by a 3-something 49ers team?
Yeah.
All right.
See who else lost? Okay, Arizona lost. Arizona lost too.
Yeah. Without Kyler Murray.
I know it, but they still lost.
They lost.
Oh. One-man band over there in Arizona.
Here we are. I'm trying to talk about Buffalo having a bounce back week. Here you are talking about your Rams getting absolutely trampled on like Buffalo.
Well, maybe they can play. Maybe they can play the Jets next week and have a bounce back week.
Yeah, that's what they need. Everybody needs a bounce back team.
The Jets.
The Jets. You got Baltimore going to Chicago, the Detroit Lions, who are still winless, but they do have a tie.
It's so frustrating. Why is there tying in pro football?
I do not have any idea why we cannot have.
Najee Harris didn't even know you could do that in football. He's sitting there like you can
like,
tie.
Man, I'm from Alabama. I don't know anything about tie football. Man, what are you talking about?
And you forget about it until it happens.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, that's right. They can tie in this league. Yeah. And the poor Lions fans are like sitting there and they're like, we can do it. We're gonna win.
And then you can't win.
And then you didn't lose, but you didn't win.
You still got the #1 pick next year.
You kissed your sister.
use it wisely.
Or whatever that. What is it? A tie's like kissing your sister.
I mean, seriously, NFL, think about it. They're professionals. They shouldn't tie.
Roger Goodell, I know you're watching right now. Just let's revisit this whole tie thing. You know, like
no 2-point conversion tries like college football. That's the dumbest. That's dumber than your tying rule.
I promise to stop sending you mystery packages every month for your role in the reason the Saints never made the Super Bowl a couple years ago. I'll quit doing that if you just change the tiebreaker rule.
Change the tiebreaker rule. Excuse me. Let's see. Houston going to Tennessee. I think Tennessee will probably cover that one. Green Bay and Minnesota. A little rivalry game there. Green Bay.
Did we get Aaron Rodgers back?
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers played this past week.
Oh, did he?
Yep, played in the snow up there. It was like 3-4 inches of snow.
How did I miss that? What was I doing Sunday? Oh, I had family pictures.
Oh, you had family pictures, so that's
and then I spent all Sunday ripping up carpet.
And then Miami gets a bounce back game this week. They get to play Jets.
Ooh, Miami's bounce back game.
That's right. It's Miami's week for the bounce back against the Jets.
But Miami won last week, so it's not a bounce back. It's a bounce forward.
It's a bounce up,
bounce forward.
Another bounce.
These people watching this are like, these two goobers.
We're just having fun tonight. Hey, I mean, it is what it is. New Orleans going up to Philadelphia to play the Eagles.
Ooh, my Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith connections.
Yeah, hey, you're gonna have the Saints.
I'm glad.
Who are you rooting for in that game?
Well, I mean,
Are you rooting for the Saints and then Jalen and Devontae?
Yeah,
Not necessarily the Eagles.
Yeah, I don't like any Philly teams.
No, so it's you
So
want
I'll
the
root.
Saints
Yeah,
to
I
win,
want the
but
Saints
you
to
want
win.
Hurts and Devontae to do good.
Yeah, like light them up.
Yeah, like light up the Saints, but
I
lose.
got them on like every fantasy team. I got both of them.
So light them up, but lose like 49-45.
Yeah, like I don't have the Eagles defense. Like,
oh yeah, so
you know, like let's get in a shootout here. I don't think New Orleans can get in a shootout with anybody.
I don't think they can right now either. But Trevor Siemian has not looked bad.
No, he's looked good. He's looked better than Jameis. And I mean, I like the kid. I think he's a good quarterback. I mean, for what they need him to do, and I think that if he just kind of develops in that system a little bit, I mean, he can win them some games. But they're not contenders, and that's okay. I mean, they're kind of in between guys. I don't know what they're waiting on, but you know, I mean, there's guys out there. If they wanted to contend, they could.
Yeah.
You know, by making the right moves. But I don't know. New Orleans, they're a weird program to figure out.
And then you got Washington coming off the big upset over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating Brady and the Bucs last week. Let me tell you, that was for that kid Heineke.
Yeah,
what he did that last drive. 99 yards in 10 minutes and something off of the clock.
Mm-hmm.
A 19-play drive.
And that's huge.
When you got Tom Brady, like I was sitting there watching it, and Tom Brady was like over there throwing a football in his cap the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time. And I was like,
and everybody's seen that before. You don't give Brady time, you know. Don't give Tom Brady any time.
And when you see him over there on the sidelines warming up, you're like, oh, God, he's about to do it again.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like.
But he didn't.
I mean, it was a great drive, man.
It was.
I was very impressed.
Yeah.
He looked good. And then they're playing Carolina, who signed Cam Newton. And Cam came in.
Cam had 2 touchdowns last week.
Came in and led the Panthers.
Wham, bam, thank you, Cam.
Got him a couple touchdowns. Cam's back, baby.
That's what he said. He was yelling, I'm back.
Hey, he's back.
Like, bro, it was second goal from the one.
They're going to the playoffs.
Like
now.
you played this year. Like
they're going to the playoffs. They got Cam now. They're going to the playoffs.
Well, I mean, all they got to do. Yeah, they probably will.
I don't even know what the record is right
now. I don't know. They get the wild. I mean, it's the NFC South.
And then
they're all pretty bad.
The Niners and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Bengals and the Raiders will probably be a pretty good game. Dallas and Kansas City. Now that's the game I want to watch. I want to see if Patty Mahomes can come out and do. 2 weeks.
It'd be nice to see him. Yeah, do something again and kind of get things going. Like I said, man, I didn't watch any football this week, so I'm kind of just I don't know what happened. I did watch a little bit of the Saints game, but
I actually got to watch some football this week. So
good.
You usually
normally I'm the one that's glued to the TV.
And you're the one that's been talking football the last couple of weeks. Yep. So I'm actually getting to talk some football because I've actually been able to actually.
And then I didn't watch anything, so I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm like, oh yeah, they did good.
Kansas City's defense is playing better.
That's good.
They look good. Patrick Mahomes played well. Dallas came back after a disappointing loss the week before. They came back and played well and beat the dog out of. I know they played. It was like 43 to something. Oh, Atlanta. They beat the dog out of Atlanta. And then Arizona. Don't know if Kyler Murray's going to be back. Hadn't heard anything on his status. Russell Wilson played last week.
Oh, so he is back.
He did play last week. He's back. And then Pittsburgh and Los Angeles Chargers. That's going to be a good ball game. Justin Herbert just continues to light it up.
Yeah.
With the Chargers, Najee Harris.
Oh yeah, Justin Herbert. Well. Yeah, Justin Herbert is just. I mean, he's a lot of fun to watch, and he's really kind of taking control of that offense. So.
Man, has he ever!
And Najee's doing good too. Najee's out there just doing the same thing he did at Alabama, just being consistent every week, and that's all the Steelers need him to do. They don't need 150 and 3 touchdowns like Le'Veon. You know, they can get it done with Najee just being consistent because he's gonna score touchdowns, he's gonna get yards, he's gonna get you the first down.
Yeah.
So.
And he's not only your power back, he's catching the ball out of the backfield pretty well
Yeah.
too.
Oh
now.
yeah, he's a great receiving back. Great
so
receiving back.
He's looking good. And then the final game on Monday night, I don't think it'll be a contest, but we've had some weird upsets the last 2 weeks. But I don't think Brady and Tampa Bay is going to take it lightly on New York on Monday night on the Giants. I think Brady may try to throw for 507 touchdowns if he can.
Yeah, I have laid off betting because I started out hot and then I couldn't win anything. This would be a good one to jump back in on. Take the Bucks. I don't care what the spread is. Take it.
Just take it because
it's because Brady's gonna get it.
Playing at home and Brady mad that he lost last week. I mean, did you see the interview he gave the other night?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God! It looked like somebody had murdered his children, and he had just found them out in the audience when he locked eyes. I mean, dude, his face.
He's pissed,
bro.
Well, that'd be fun. I see. Now I'm gonna have to watch on Monday. So Monday, take the points.
Yep. I mean, I can't tell you anything either because I've missed I don't know how many games this past week. By the way, Oklahoma and Baylor cost me last week on the over. I really thought them teams would score 62 points.
What was the score of that game?
It wasn't. They didn't score 62. I can tell you that.
I gave you the upset though last week.
I know. I hit the other 5 games I had.
You just had to take. You didn't even have to take the over. You just take Baylor.
Well, I like playing parlays.
Yeah, but you just take Baylor. You don't. Would you parlay it with Baylor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had the over.
Oh yeah, you definitely would have thought they'd have hit 62.
Yeah, I had that, the over.
I like parlays too, but man, it's just instead of taking 5 and putting it on 5 teams, just take 30 and put it on one team that you know.
If I'm gonna bet, if I can bet $30 on one team to win $35, or I could bet $20 on a 5-team parlay to win $1,000.
Take $300 and put it on Brady Monday night.
Hell no, I don't bet that much.
I'm a
$20. I'm a $20 bet man.
Oh, but I'm saying that's a smart sports investment.
Well, you know what would happen if I put 300 on
Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones would come out and throw for 476 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yep.
The defense would have 7 interceptions.
Just trust me.
And I can't
take your life savings, put it on Brady Monday night.
Oh yeah, my life savings. You're looking at it. It's right.
Right here. I mean, I'm living in it.
It's right here in this room.
We can take ours and put it together, and then we're right here.
It's all cardboard. Oh man, I know you're getting hungry.
Yeah, but I got to talk a little Bama basketball.
Oh, you got to talk basketball.
I got to talk about Tide basketball. They looked so good the other night.
I didn't even know Tide played basketball. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, buddy. The culture has changed. No, Nate Oates, I think I brought up last week, signed the number 3 class. Friday night, they put up 101
Ooh.
points. It was just a nobody team. Last night played South Alabama, the Panthers. Are they the Panthers? South Alabama Water Panthers.
Over here?
Yeah,
South Alabama.
Jaguars. Water Panthers. I don't know what they are. But let me tell you, they came up, they gave Alabama a run for their money.
Really?
And yeah, they were leading at halftime. That team has transferred 2 kids from Auburn and a kid from Texas A&M on that starting on that team.
Alabama?
South Alabama. Alabama opened up the second half on a 10-0 run. Got the lead and never let up, but and they fought back and they had to, they got a tough schedule coming up. They got Oakland Friday night tournament team. Then they got Iona, which is Rick Pitino's team. It's a rematch from the second round, or maybe it was the first round, in the NCAA tournament this past year. Then they got to play Gonzaga. They play in a tournament where if they win, then they got to play Kansas. They got 6 top 10 No, I'm not top 10. Top 15 because they play after that they play Houston, who's number 15, and then they play Memphis, who's number 11. So they have a huge schedule. It's the number one strength of schedule number one this year. And man, all they got to do is win a few games. They're a good basketball
Oh, they're
team.
really only 2-0. I thought they had played more games.
They've only played 2 games. Well, they played no. They're 3-0 because they played South Alabama last night.
See, I told you ESPN doesn't update their stuff.
They don't. They don't want you to know. They want to keep you in the dark. That's a leftist, liberal ABC crap.
I was just looking because I was trying to see where Auburn and everything because I hadn't even looked at Auburn. I've heard Auburn's been playing really
Auburn's
good.
3-0. They won last night, and they got a good team too. Alabama and Auburn are gonna they got to play twice this year, and it's gonna be fun to watch. Tennessee's real good. Kentucky's good. And Arkansas. So I mean, those are your LSU. Those are your teams in the SEC, and it's going to be Florida's snuck in there last week. They won last night. It's going to be a good year at SEC basketball. So it's not just that football league anymore. This is going to be a fun year.
I guess I'm going to have to start watching some SEC basketball.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, these teams are good. And you can watch them pretty much Mondays and Tuesday night. The SEC's got a men's basketball game on.
They play on SEC Network.
SEC Network,
okay.
and
but yeah, have to start watching some of them.
Yeah, we're good. We got to have something to talk about. So
yeah,
football season's wrapping up, man.
I know I'm gonna have to start learning some basketball now.
I'll print you off
some college basketball.
I'll print you off a depth chart.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, man, we've been live for about an hour and 18 minutes. This is one of our short nights.
Yeah, it's a short night. I mean, we just it was. Look, we didn't have preps to go over. With the preps being out of it, there's not a lot going on in college football this weekend.
Not this week. I'm really interested to see some of these coaching searches and if they start to take shape over the next 2 weeks.
But I cannot wait till next Wednesday's show.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of got a little after each other tonight when we talked about them. How do you think next week's going to go?
Just FYI, if a fight breaks out live online,
I don't think it'll be physical. I'm gonna have to figure out this board just to turn it down because you're gonna blow my eardrums out.
Nah, I won't be that bad. I look forward to next week. Next week's gonna be fun. Iron Bowl week.
It's gonna be a good one.
We're probably gonna decorate the background. Stuff.
I got some. I'll bring a few things and.
We'll decorate it up, make it look good, get ready for the Iron Bowl next week. And
yeah.
Talk some Iron Bowl football, and I think next week's going to be fun.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be good. We'll see. We could both lose this Saturday, and then we'll both be pissed off.
We'll both be pissed
off. But yeah, join us next Wednesday for the Iron Bowl special.
Iron Bowl special, baby. War
get on there and pick your spots. Fill this board up so we can get that taken care of, and we can all. I'm gonna pick me a few here in a minute, and once we get the board filled up, get your the pick 'em. Don't know who won last week because I'm so bad at figuring the.
I tell you what, I'll pick the games and put them out there tonight if you'll figure out who won.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's easy peasy.
I'll pick the games out and post them.
Okay, and I'll figure out who. I'll post the winner tomorrow because I can do it at work a lot easier. I can do it a lot easier. If Baldwin County Revenue Commissioner, if you're listening, I'm not talking about doing it at work. I just meant
on lunch break.
Yeah, on my lunch.
On lunch break.
Or my 15 minutes. I'll probably look at my phone. But other than that, I don't get on my phone.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, y'all get the board filled up. Let's get that square board filled up. Got a couple weeks, so I mean.
Well, we got a week.
I mean, yeah.
And a half.
A week and a half. But we filled up almost half the board in one day. So
yeah, we'll get it filled up. It won't be a problem. Some people
tag somebody.
Yeah, we'll get. I know some people that'll jump in on it. They just ain't.
By the way, if you share it and they comment under your posts,
you want to do like a giveaway? We can come up with you get entered for a giveaway or something.
Somebody, but I was, me and Kristen were talking about this last night. So if you share that board,
if I share it,
and somebody comments under your post on your Facebook, hey, let me get these numbers, then somebody needs to go into the Unrivaled board post.
Well, they should when they click on the post.
Yeah. Well, you know how some people don't click on the actual post; they just comment under your post.
Did somebody do that already?
I don't think we have had anybody do that yet.
I'll keep an eye on that.
But if somebody comments, if you share it and somebody comments under just your post, they don't actually go in and click on it. If they comment under your post,
just
tell them to give me number so and so.
Yeah.
Make sure that we see that so we can go in and put it on the actual board post.
Yeah, so the easiest way is if somebody does comment on your post, just copy paste it in Unrivaled and put their name with it.
Yeah, that way.
That's easy. We'll take care of it. If you do share the post, I don't know, maybe we can throw you in a gift card raffle or something. You know, if you share it and somebody joins, we will, or somebody like picks numbers, we'll throw you in a gift card. You know, your name for a chance to win a gift card.
Yeah, we can do something like that.
I'll find you a good, you know, something worth your time. I get Chick-fil-A. Everybody loves Chick-fil-A.
Everybody likes Chick-fil-A. That's Lord's chicken.
I'm about to be a signature member on Chick-fil-A's app.
Really?
Yeah, I only got to spend like $40 something more dollars. I'm 2 30 nugget trays away from being a signature member.
Damn, let's go get one.
I mean, I'll tell you, I tear it up. But yeah, we'll be back next week. Thanks for hopping on. Somebody comment. Who's commenting?
I was just saying it was showing that people were watching, and I know some of these people have been watching. Facebook's been stupid lately.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, at least this one.
It never lagged up. I checked.
Yeah, and at least this one isn't going out. I've been doing some breaks at the shop today with cards.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been watching other people do breaks with cards online today on Facebook.
And they're just going out.
And it kept going, video interrupted, be back soon. And my video earlier that I was doing it every 4 seconds. Kristen counted it. Every 4 seconds it was saying video interrupted. And then it would come back and I'd say a couple words and then it'd do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I didn't even check that, but I'm glad that happened for us.
Good deal.
That was good.
Well, give a shout out to the sponsors. We appreciate Austin Carpenter providing us with some equipment over at Budget Blinds and Charlie O's Best Buys, who sponsors our Pick'em, and Pleasure Island Sports Card, who's our provider of our venue. I mean, it is technically.
You know, as slow as it was,
we're in the break room.
As slow as it was, we could have.
I know.
We'll do it. Open some cards tonight.
We'll start with that next week.
Yeah, next week we're gonna have so much fun with the Iron Bowl, though.
Yeah, but we can still break some cards open. I was looking forward to getting into a break, but
well, I tell you what, we'll do that next week. We'll start next week with a box. We'll open a box for some people and we'll give away the contents.
Yeah,
and then we'll go into the
Iron Bowl festivities. All right.
Heck yeah.
Well, yeah, sounds good. Well, everybody get your Iron Bowl stories ready. We'll talk about them next week. We share them on maybe we'll have some people live with us. I've got to work on that. But, yeah, we'll get in here and just talk about your favorite Iron Bowls and all your memories. And you know, because it's a big game in families. It's not just all hatred. I mean, there's a lot of special times. And, you know, this game is special to a lot of people, especially, you know, here in the States. So, you know, it's always a lot of fun. It's always fun talking trash and leading up to the game. And then when kickoff happens, we don't talk for a few hours. You know, but I'm looking forward to it. And
I'm looking forward to it too.
Yeah.
It's Iron Bowl time. I love Iron Bowl week.
Man, and now here we go. We're gonna get off. Not my favorite, but one distinct memory I have is it was always after Thanksgiving. I would wake up Iron Bowl week, and sometimes it'd be like, Thanksgiving week, and most of the time, and I'd cut the news on, and it'd be like Monday, and I mean RVs are already pulling into town, you know, and they're gonna be there all week.
Yeah, all week.
You know, and I just remember seeing them like, God, they're gonna be in that RV. They're loading, they're getting ready for the game. You know,
ain't nobody scared to fry a turkey on Iron Bowl.
Shoot, they gonna not out of an RV.
Thursday in the RV. They'll be right up in there doing it.
Oh no, and that's what was so cool is like, God, this game is just like it is the Iron Bowl. Yeah. Like it is special. So but yeah, we will catch y'all next week and we'll break down the Iron Bowl. Hopefully as we both win this week and and we'll dive into some traditions and some stories, and we'll just have a good time next week. So tell all your friends. It's Iron Bowl week. It's going to be a big show, and we appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night. I'm Major War Eagle.
Roll Tide, and we'll see y'all next Wednesday.
Peace.